Mic check. Mic check. There goes the goalies. This Kayla Martin heading back to the office, getting ready. So we all should be for period 2, about to start in about 30 seconds. As we get set to go here, it's went almost all Wolves' way in the first period, as we'll be starting off the period. 5-1 is the score. As we get set to start off the second period of play, it looks like we'll have Hovey versus Nagel. At center to start off the period, as well as Hamilton, Hayward, Dyer, and Van Bilzen. Not a clean win, so it'll go. Wolves will get the free ball. As Van Bilzen will start off the Wolves. From center. Van Bilzen. Over to Hamilton. Hamilton. Shot that bounces across the crease. Oh, we got it through the crease on that. Good job there, ref. Nice. Like to see a little flare with the calls. Here we go. The floor is Halifax. Pass goes into the corner. Loose ball. Hayward in. Fighting against Lorette for that ball. Calder comes in to help. As the Wolves have their defensive specialist out. That's now picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton. Cross is younger Nagel trying to knock that away, but that goes up and out of play. There's Hovey. Start off the Wolves. Hovey looking for pass across to Dietrich. Dietrich, intake shot, scores! Dietrich coming up over the top, able to take a step in the shooting line and finds the top corner over the shoulder of Greer, and that's no easy task. As once again, though, the pass is on the move. Very hard for goalies to track. And the Wolves have done that consistently so far this year. And there we go, up 6-1. And back to center we go is Dyer in for the faceoff. Dyer comes up with the ball. And then Dyer likes to shoot, and I think that was off the crossbar and up and out of play. Dietrich with the ball. Up top to Hovey. Hovey has that across Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen has to settle that one down. Van Bilzen in with a hard shot. That goes wide. Van Bilzen has to keep it in the half, and it comes out. That'll be Halifax's ball. Starting off from the deep. Miss Rayfuse will bring it out. Rayfuse for Halifax. Passes it up. 27 puts a shot in. That's just wide. Again, another shot. Just wide again. That's Calmer for Halifax. McRae. In the corner is Rayfuse. Puts a check on her. Calmer. In is Halifax. Second line. Coming up big here is Calmer. Rolls off a few checks for Halifax. Gets a nice little pick from the captain, Taylor. Loose ball. We got a penalty coming here to somebody. Yeah, looks like got a high sticking call. Just waiting to see which door opens up. As Van Bilzen heads to the box, and Halifax will head on the power play. 17, almost 18 minutes remaining in the second period. 6-1. The Wolves lead. And they have to kill off another penalty. As Lorette pass off to Taylor. Down low for Nagel. Nagel rolls up top. Pass off to Nadio. Nadio. Across to Nagel. Down low for Taylor. Taylor looking to catch Lorette in tight, but she's covered. Can't get a good shot away. Rolling ball in behind the net. Haas forces it back to the corner. Lorette, 2 seconds left on the clock. And Martin makes the save as the clock expires. And that'll be a free ball for Haas. Looking to get up, but Halifax does a good job knocking that one down, keeping it in the zone. Nagel now. Cross for Allison. Low for Lorette. Lorette shot. That's blocked by Haas. Again for Nagel. Taylor trying to get the pick there. Dyer comes up with a loose ball. Dyer down with speed. Dyer against Lorette. Dyer tried to switch hands there, but couldn't quite. We do some more field lacrosse training there. As got Nagel holds up, pass across for Lorette. Lorette back over, shot in, saved by Martin. She swats it into the corner. Allison will pick it up from there. Fresh 30 on the clock. Allison rolls back up top. That pass off to the corner, a little high. Hayward. That's nailed, but didn't have possession, so Wolves ball. Hayward scoops that up. Right in is Nagel, though. Drops the stick. And it's sent in. 10 seconds remain in the penalty as Allison collects the ball. Works to come out of the zone. Allison holds up, setting up the offense. Allison trying to find a lane, passes across. Lorette has Hovey. Stops her. Lorette has to come back up. Back to 5-on-5 is Van Dilsen. Back. Nagel to the corner. Pass in front for Allison. Allison gets the pass, but can't get the good shot away, and that goes wide. As it looks like we got too many men call. And that's against wow. So that's against the Wolves. So Halifax goes back on the power play. Still down 6-1, but at the 5-on-4 advantage. Lorette. Pass that over for Nagel. Nagel. Back up top to Lorette. Lorette. Over Mayo. Nagel! And then couldn't get the clean shot away as Nagel was looking backdoor. Mario. Cross. Shot in. Number 22. That's Fournier. That's Fournier. Comes back up with the ball. That's knocked down by the D. And picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton now. In transition, coming down the floor. Hamilton rolls off, check shot, and a big shoulder save there by Nagel. Yeah, picked up by Lorette. Lorette looking to get it up to number 49. That's Priestley Koch. Cross for Nagel. Nagel, and that's a shot saved by Martin. And picked up by Mullen. For the Wolves, Mullen. Coming through a forest of green. Mullen. Intake, Mullen, shot. And big save by Nagel. As Van Dilsen rolls off a check. Van Dilsen up with the ball. Looking to kill some time on this power play. Penalty kill. As it gets across. Nice no-look pass to Dyer. Catches Wilkie on the run. Wilkie switched hands. That's a shot in. That's a nice save by Nagel again on that one. Up to Allison. Allison for Halifax. Comes into the zone. She's got Taylor with her. Allison. Up top. Has a look. The rest of the crew. Taylor. Taylor passes that across. Girl can't take it cleanly. Halifax still with it, but that's time will expire. Now, Dyer coming back down the floor as the penalty expires. We're back to 5-on-5. Coffin joins the crew on the floor. As shot in by Dyer. Save. Rebound rolls back in. As now Halifax looking to come back down the floor as Captain Taylor. Good job by Calder. As Tori Jenkins actually turned to force it back. And Taylor up and over and gets the goal. As the captain for Halifax comes in and finds a way to find the back of the net after 2 back-to-back power plays, but she scores on the even-handed. 13 minutes remain in the second period. It's a 6-2 Wolf lead now. As Halifax sends the Wolves back to center. Dyer in for the faceoff. Against Hope. Dyer. Pass across to Hayward. Can't get control of it. Good battle for the ball. Hayward. Nice body block in there and comes up with it. Hayward. Pass that across for Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen in with the shot. That just went wide. Yeah. Went out of play, and that'll be a Halifax ball. There's Van Bilzen. Halifax going Van Bilzen on hot pursuit on Lorette. Lorette keeps control. Lorette in tight. And Van Bilzen strips ball, stick, and all. As Lorette able to get the ball back. And Dyer hemmed in. Elects to send it to the length of the floor. Nagel will take control. Nagel plays it to Hope. Halifax coming out of their own zone. Challenge by Hannerhead. Loose ball. As Dyer runs onto that. Dyer. Look at Dyer. Her pass just out of the reach of Hovey. Hovey with the ball. Hovey comes across up top. Hovey with the shot. Saved by Nagel. Sends it off to the boards. As Dyer will pick it up. Dyer up top. Rolls off. Shot. Saved by Nagel. And that was put back in by Halifax, but they'll play it back out. Sent in is Haas. Oh, Haas slips on the floor. Quick shot. Saved by Martin there. It's 27. Comer came up with that one. Haas up with the ball. Gets a nice pick from Coffin. But Haas gets knocked. Loose ball. Picked up by Priestley Koch. He's taken hard into the boards by Coffin. Ball loose again. Coffin comes up with it this time, but looks like we got another too many men penalty against the Wolves. Looks like Calder will go to the box, or Jenkins will go to the box for the Wolves, and Halifax will go on another power play. Wolves leading 6-2 with 11 minutes remaining in the second period. Lorette for Halifax. Pass off to Taylor. Taylor. Back up top for Lorette. Lorette. Cross for Allison. Allison. Looking for the quick shot. That gets deflected wide. Loose ball. Sent into the corner. Picked up by Mario. Mario. Is that across for Nagel looking for the back door. Mario in with the shot. Nice. Stick save by Martin. And she'll hammer that and link to the floor. As Dyer coming in behind. As the elder Nagel has to jump up and grab that one. Back up for Lorette. Lorette looking for Nagel. Can't quite catch that on the wrong end. Nagel able to come up. Quick shot. And quick save there. Nagel was looking to go 5-hole. Loose ball. As a Hamilton fighting in on that one. Now, Maggio comes up with it for Halifax. Allison. Looking to come in. Allison fakes, fades. Nagel. Her shot. Deflected wide. Maggio coming in again. Puts the shot in. Save. And Martin will hold on. Now Martin looking for options. She'll send it long, looking for James. And Coffin in deep. As it's 25 seconds remaining. But the ball goes into the Halifax crease. Picked up by Taylor. Sent up. I believe that's Comer. Over to Nagel. Cross. Nagel trying to catch Lorette on the move, but doesn't work. And here comes Hovey. And Hayward coming down. Hayward in tight shot. And a big save by the other Nagel. Oh, Halifax has one in behind, but nice job coming back as Hayward able to chop that free. Hayward loses the ball, but guides it out, picks it up on the move. Hayward rolls off a check. Pass that up. Picked up by Mullen. Mullen, 10 seconds left. Coffin in with a shot. That gets reset. Nice kick. There's Mullen. In with the hard shot. That's blocked up front. As Lorette almost away. Loose ball still is Hovey fighting for it. Now Lorette looking to come in. They got numbers. Cross for Nagel. Nagel can't get take it cleanly. As Van Dilsen picks it back up. Coming back down for the Wolves. Van Dilsen cross pass for Harker. Harker. I'll have to take that off the boards. Harker now. Plays it back up. For Hamilton. Hamilton. Over for Wilkie, but that's off her stick. Picked up by Lorette. Now Lorette heading back down the floor. Hamilton looking to keep Lorette to the outside. Lorette driving for the net. Puts a shot, and that goes in behind. As Calder chase down the loose ball. Brill pumps her in, but I believe that's illegal contact, and now they'll have a TV timeout, and otherwise known as a goalie water break. With 7:30 remaining in the second period of play, it's a 6-2 Halifax lead, or Wolves lead over Halifax. Excuse me. Get set to go here. It should be a streamer drink break as well. Coach is taking full advantage of the goalie water break. I don't think the officials are pushing them to go any quicker, so coaches will take full advantage of that, I'm sure. As Miss Martin's told to head back to the office. And we'll get this going here again. 7:30 remaining in the second period. It's a 6-2 lead for the Wolves. As it looks like Hayward will start us off. Here we go. Hayward. Pass that over for Wilkie. Wilkie down low. Coming around was Dyer. Pass over for James. Back to Dyer. Dyer, top of the circle is Hayward came in with a pick. Shot and save by Nagel. Loose ball. There's Taylor for Halifax able to get it out over center. Hayward comes up with that, and Taylor puts a little bit of a lick on her. Hayward rolls right off. Hayward pass up looking for Dietrich. Dietrich can't quite keep control. Now she does. Dietrich up top. Pass across for Hovey. Hovey and take shot. And a toe save. Hovey chops the ball loose again. Another loose ball. Dietrich will look to scoop that up. Fresh 30 on the clock. Dietrich. Cross for Hovey. Hovey rolling in. Hovey down the screen. And Nagel got a piece of that and up and out of play. So it'll be Wolves' ball again. As Dietrich will start us off. Dietrich. Pass that off to Van Dilsen. Van Dilsen. That's down to Mullen. Cross for Hovey. Hovey in motion. And players connect. Harker looking for that loose ball in the corner. Held in by Hope. As Harker gets some help. Van Dilsen. Van Dilsen in with a shot. Saved by Nagel. And she'll hold on to it. Now coming back the other way is Rayfuse. It's bumped. They got to get it out over center, and time runs out. As McRae leaves it for Van Dilsen. Van Dilsen. Bounce, and that went up and out of play. As Looks like Allison will start off for Halifax. Allison hustling down with speed and kept to the outside by Hanrahan. Pass across. Picked up by Fournier. Fournier looking for Allison in behind, but looks like, not sure if that was a crease violation or what, but it's free ball for the Wolves. Sent up by Calder. But the bouncing ball went out of play as Fournier up for Nagel for Halifax. Nagel held up there at the line by Hanrahan. Nagel looking to catch Fournier on the move. Fournier with the shot. That was wide, and Martin had to be careful on the rebound off the boards. McRae picks up the loose ball. McRae pass across. That's knocked loose again. Picked up by Haas. Knocked loose again by Halifax. As the Wolves can't get it out of their own zone in time, and free ball to Halifax as Nagel will start them off. Nagel cross for Lorette. Lorette puts a shot through that goes wide. Picked up by Allison off the backboards. McRae keeping her to the outside. In tight, Allison shot. That goes wide. It's a good job by Martin. Stand tall there. Forced the wide shot. James takes a bump into the boards. Comer tries to get back to Nagel as time's running out on the shot clock. That should about do it. As McRae with the ball. Halifax, very aggressive. McRae able to get out and send it down the floor to Martin. Martin, cross for Wilkie. Wilkie shot, and that just went wide. Nice. See the APs connecting with each other there. That comes back up over center, so it'll be Halifax ball. As Comer will start off Halifax. Up top to Nagel. Nagel passes that in. Wolves keeping them. Yeah, we're going to get a high stick call on that one. As Lorette puts it across. Ball comes back up over center. As bouncing ball, they got to be careful there. As Hayward causing all kinds of issues for Inagio. And good job by Hayward on the delayed penalty. Trying to get that ball to bounce into the other team's net. Now, I guess it's Hayward that's going to the box anyways. She'll take a 2-minute rest. It's hopefully the full 2 minutes. 3:33 remains in the second period. It's a 6-2 lead for the Wolves as Halifax goes on yet another power play. As Lorette lays off to Taylor. Taylor cross up top for Fournier. Down to Allison. Allison in with a shot. That's blocked by Van Bilzen. Allison again looking for a lane to get in. Allison fighting her way in. Shot that gets deflected wide. Dyer trying to get in, but Nagel comes up with it for Halifax. Another shot in. Saved by Martin. McPherson working in. Ball comes into the crease. Picked up by Martin. Martin. That's it through. Finds Dyer. Dyer right in. Shot. And a big save by Nagel on that one. As the ball comes back up over across. And it looks like we got a penalty coming. A slashing call to Halifax. So 2:46 remaining in the second period. And a minute 12 in the Wolves penalty. Halifax heads to the box. As Nagel hits 2 minutes for slashing. We're 4-on-4. With the Hamilton starting us off. Hamilton, Mullen, Dietrich, and Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen cycles up, and Van Bilzen on the move. Shot, that goes wide. Bouncing ball. As Van Bilzen will have to head back for it. 10 seconds remain in the shot clock. As they got to get the shot on net quickly. Hamilton coming in. Hamilton expires the shot clock. And Lorette will come out. 35 seconds remain in the Wolves penalty. As 4-on-4 right now. Taylor comes up over center. He's challenged right away by Jenkins. Taylor trying to drive to the net. Taylor in tight shot. That's the second goal from Taylor. He's able to drive in. And that went off the base of the post and back off the goalie and in. So it's like Martin didn't give her an inch, but still found a way to find the back of the net. And now the Hurricanes are within 3. That's not a big lead in lacrosse terms. Under 2 minutes remain in the second period. Hovey in for the faceoff. Up to Hamilton, still 4-on-4. As Hamilton puts it across for Dyer. Dyer plays it down to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen, we're going to find her way in. Van Bilzen takes it around. Now Van Bilzen gets in shooting position. Pass to Dyer, gets deflected. 10 seconds remain. We're at 5-on-4 advantage now. Van Bilzen puts the shot. That goes wide. Hamilton, Dyer turns and fires wide. And Halifax will get it on the shot clock. Taylor for Halifax. 2 goals already. Good job by Dyer. Over Fournier. Fournier rolls off a couple of checks. Fournier in with a shot. That goes wide. Loose ball. As Hope for Halifax puts it back in towards Priestley Koch. Picked up by Hayward. Hayward coming down the floor. Hayward holding up. Passed across. Coffin. Wilkie in with the shot and a save. Point blank. Coffin right in there again, causing all kinds of issues for Halifax. As the 10 seconds go, we got 22 seconds remaining in the second period. As Coffin looks for the quick one. Van Bilzen will regroup. For Martin, hard shot and a save by Nagel. It's illegal contact will be a Halifax. Starts off 10 seconds remaining. That's a Rayfuse. Ball gets knocked free by McPherson. Now McPherson trying to get the ball up along the boards. And that will do it for the second period of play. So after 2 periods of play, it's a 6-3 game. The Wolves leading, but the Hurricanes are fighting their way back into this one. So don't go anywhere. We'll have the third and final period coming up in about 10 minutes. See you then, everybody.
It's not even cold outside. Come on. Okay, this is outside. I feel great. Come on, I'm cold.
Mic check. Mic check. Okay. Mic check. Mic check. Welcome back. And here we go. Dyer passes that down for Van Bilsen. Loose ball along the boards. Hovey. Hamilton after. Picked up by Allison for the gain. So you might want to see that. All right. That's a cross in behind, and that goes up and out of play. Wolves ball. Pass up to Hovey. Hovey up to the outside by Hovey. A low shot. Ooh, that went off Allison's leg. She's feeling that one. Coffin looking for a way inside. Can't find one. Shot in by Wilkie. That goes wide. Allison comes up with it for Halifax. Coffin drives her along the boards. Allison. Edward drive out. Wilkie though. It looks like we got a penalty coming here. Let's see what the call is. It's a high stick and a cross check. Looks like both are against 4 minute for the cross check. So it looks like a 2 and a 4 for Coffin and an extended power play. Chance here for Lorette and Gaines is over Allison. Allison looking for it. Allison shot. That goes wide. Loose ball picked up by Taylor. Taylor for Halifax over to Nadia. Nadia. Pass doesn't quite work. Still loose ball. Regained by Lorette. Lorette to Allison. Allison rolls off looking for a lane. Allison to the outside. Shot. That goes wide. Lorette puts a shot in there. That bounces up and over the net. And picked up by Haas. No, that's McPherson. Takes into Halifax Story. McPherson looking to kill the penalty. Puts it across for Haas. Haas. That gets bumped out of her stick. Well, it looks like we've got a penalty coming. Too many men on the Halifax side. It looks like Forney is going to serve the bench minor. And that will be a 4-on-4 for still 3 minutes remaining in the Coffin penalty. So it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. As Dyer will start it off for the Wolves. Maddie Dyer, here we go. Dyer has that cross. Hovey takes the ball. Cross for Van Bilsen. Van Bilsen up top. Van Bilsen trying to get it. Oh, looking for Hovey at the back door. Didn't quite connect. Loose ball. As Van Bilzen comes back up with it. 6 seconds remaining. Mullen. Looking to get it to Hovey, but out of time. That's Matteo. Minio, for it. Halifax looking to drive in. Halifax nicely done by Hayward. Up. Hayward. Cross for Dyer. Dyer. Her shot. That's deflected wide. Hayward able to corral that one back in. Still 17 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Hayward. Over for Dietrich. Dietrich. Back up top. Hovey puts the shot, and that's just wide. Nope. They said that went off the outside, but Halifax has it anyways. That's a nice job by Martin. It's up along the boards. Oh, it looks like we have an injured player there. So. No. A little bit of an injury time here. 43 seconds remain in the 4-on-4. 17 minutes remain in the third and final period. So it's 6-3 lead. So I didn't quite see who from Halifax got driven hard into the boards. Looks like she's going to need a little help off the floor. As that's why I thought it was the younger Nagel. As in, older sister Greer came out to see how she's doing. Nagel being helped off the floor. As the Wolves will start off. Harker will start off for the Wolves. As that's Blythe Nagel, a big player for Halifax. Nobody wants to see her off. Taylor coming back. Good job by Harker. Taylor still running onto the loose ball. Taylor up with it. Taylor, shot! Yes, saved by Martin. What a good job there. There's Harker coming back on the ball. Loose ball. Regroup. Now Halifax coming right back in again. Halifax rolls off. Halifax and takes shot. That's saved by Martin. That's brought back in. So it'll be a Halifax ball from the corner. Halifax. Now Halifax with a shot save. Now Fournier rejoins Halifax. It's now a 5-on-4 advantage for Halifax. Halifax looking back door for Lorette. Lorette in with a shot. Nice shoulder save by Martin. Jenkins, or that's Hanahan. Fighting her way out. Picked up by Mullen. Mullen in with speed. Mullen. Shot. Big save by Nagel for Halifax. Passes up to Fournier. Fournier coming out for Halifax. Into Wolves territory. Halifax setting up their offense. Fournier cycles up top. Shot in. That's blocked. James. Mic check. Yeah, we're still going. Down to 20% battery, so I might just switch over to the battery pack. James rolls off a check in behind. James pass that back up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen in with the shot! And a bouncing ball pulls Nagel and finds the back of the net. A short-handed goal for the captain Van Bilzen at just under 15 minutes remaining in the second period. And it's a 7-3 lead for the Wolves as the Wolves send the Hurricanes back to center floor. Hovey in for the faceoff. Goes that up. Hamilton. They will scoop that out. Hamilton holds up. Van Bilzen. That's Hamilton shot. And his shoulder save by Nagel. Battle along the boards. Hayward in the middle of the fray. Hayward comes up with the ball. Hayward holds up. Back to 5-on-5 as Wilkie joins the crew. Got her in with the shot. That's blocked by Ignacio. Now Allison with the ball trying to get out. Allison rolls off the check. That pass up. Ignacio takes that off. Minio, sorry. Dropped out. Minio still with the ball. Over to Allison. Allison trying to have a look. Dyer keeps it to the outside as time ticks down. Martin makes the save, but the shot clock had expired. Hayward. Ooh, Hayward takes a hard hit there. But, stay with it. Dyer and just can't get over the line in time. That's Halifax. Pressing here in the third period. Up to Taylor. Yeah, trying to roll off from Hanrahan. He kept well to the outside as Jenkins applies some pressure. Now Fournier trying to get away from Hamilton. Hamilton making life very hard. That's, that should be a push-off on Fournier. Finds the back of the net. Good goal by Josie Fournier, but man, that should have been called for a free-hand push-off. As Halifax answers back. With 13 minutes remaining in the third period. 7-4. It's still a 3-goal Wolves lead, but in lacrosse is a game of streaks, and we don't. Dyer. Right in for the face-off. Ball comes out. Dyer. Up with the ball. Dyer. Double teamed. Ball popped out, but Van Bilzen works off the check. Van Bilzen passes back to Dyer. Dyer tries to get the pass into Dietrich. That's knocked away. Ball knocked out of play. Now it'll come to the Wolves as Hayward will start off. Back up to Dyer. Dyer. Over for Hovey. Hovey across, shot! And the save there is Nagel. It is Halifax into the Wolves zone. Halifax. Pass that off to Lorette. We haven't seen Nagel, the younger Nagel, come back on. I hope she's okay. As Lorette tries to work the way in front of the net. Ball comes out momentarily. Lorette again. Couple of seconds. The shot goes wide, and they'll be it for the shot clock. As Hovey comes. Pass across. Catches Mullen coming off the bench. Mullen takes it in deep. Waits for the rest of the offense to catch up. Mullen circles back up top. Pass across for Harker. Harker. That gets knocked out of her basket. They battle along the boards. Coffin in the help. Shot clock running out. That's a shot in towards the net. That's wide. And Halifax. Come back the other way is Morrison. Gets that over to Lorette. Lorette trying to cut it across. Lorette in, still not losing that ball. Now it's found. Hamilton applies the count and they're able to get the ball free. Loose ball. Lorette comes up with again. Down to 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Gets it to Allison. Allison bounces back into the corner. As Jenkins is right in there after that ball and takes a hard hit from behind. And Allison's going to take a penalty here. As Jenkins is sent to the floor and Allison will be sent to the box with a cross-checking call. At 11:07. 11 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the third and final period. It's a 7-4 Wolves lead. And it'll be a Wolf power play here. Cross-checking is the call. I didn't see the note. The 2 minutes for cross-checking. Dyer. Start off the Wolves on the power play. 5-on-4 advantage. Over to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen down low for Hovey. Hovey. Back to Van Bilzen in the corner. Back up top for Dyer. As Hayward was in motion. Van Bilzen got the shot in, but Greer Nagel made the save. And you got Dyer again. Hovey back up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen back again in motion. Shot that just went up over the crossbar high. As Van Bilzen working in deep, bouncing ball. Coming up with it, Dietrich. Dietrich over Dyer. Dyer, low shot. That's it. That was a save. And Hovey, we got a high sticking call coming here. As Martin makes her way and looking for the 5-on-3 advantage. The Wolves gave the ball away to get the 10 minutes remaining in the third period. The Wolves will have a 5-on-3 advantage for over a minute. As Hayward will start us off from center. And Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen, cross for Dyer. Dyer. Back for Dietrich. Dietrich back up for Dyer. Dyer walks across. Looking back door in front. And Greer Nagel took away the top part. And that's shot down the length of the floor. As Martin comes in the netting in the back. Now Hayward passes up to Hovey. Hovey. Cross for Dyer. Dyer. Dietrich. And Bilzen. Shot. Save. Rebound. Dyer. Dyer. Trying to roll off a check. Dyer has some room and take. Shot. And Nagel comes up with another big save. Taylor for Halifax trying to get out of the zone. As Taylor able to muscle her way and all the way down. As Hayward takes her hard in the boards, but Taylor not giving up on that ball. Looking to kill off this. It's down to a 5-on advantage now. As Van Bilzen did everything she could not to get a penalty. And she gets a penalty. There'll be a holding call. Yeah, there'll be a holding call. I think she was just trying to stop herself from falling from anything else. But the Wolves head back to the box on a very strange call. With 8:47 remaining. And we'll get a goalie water break. I'm down to 12% battery on the device here. I'm going to put it on the battery pack, which means I'll have to cut out on the microphone. I'll do my very best to speak into the phone mic. Might not be as good, but might be better if you can't hear me quite so well. Hey, just under 9 minutes remaining in the third period. It'll be 4-on-4 for 33 seconds, and then Halifax will go on the power play. As Van Bilzen was sent to the box, lost her stick, did everything she could not to get the holding penalty, and still got the holding penalty. Good to see Younger Nagel is back on the floor, number 13. He went off injured earlier, so Allison for Halifax. Allison trying to find a way in. Ball stripped away by Hamilton. Now Hayward gets over center, holds up. Hayward pass over to Hovey. Hovey looking to kill the time. Hamilton. Dyer in with a shot and a save by Nagel. Halifax bringing the ball back down the floor. Pass across. Allison with the ball. Pass over for Nagel. Nagel gets control. Nagel cross for 10. Shot in. And Martin sharp on that one. Bounced up and over, and that's it for the shot clock. as Dyer will start the Wolves off from the own side. Hamilton carries it out. 5-on-4 advantage Halifax. As Hamilton gets up over center. Hamilton plays it to player coming off the bench. Nice job by Wilkie. Wilkie gets it across to Coffin. Coffin looking in. Coffin off a check. Coffin puts the shot in. Gets what she wanted. It was the save and up and out of play. So that'll be Wolves ball. This is great for a penalty kill. As Coffin will take control of the ball. Coffin drives toward the net. Winds up creasing herself on the reverse hit. And Blythe Nagel will play it up, but that went up and off the rafters. And that'll be a Wolves ball back in Halifax territory. 18 seconds remain in the penalty as Haas brings it up for the Wolves. Haas muscles her way over, but ball comes up again. Lorette in alone. Lorette shot. Nice save by Martin. Allison picks up the rebound. Allison looking to get it across for Lorette. Off the boards is Fournier. Fournier for Halifax. Has a look, keeping to the outside by James. Gets it in front for Allison. Allison shovels off Lorette with the shot. Save. Lorette shot again, but she's way in the crease. Pass up Hanrahan. Pass was in behind her. Loose ball. Picked up by Taylor for Halifax. Taylor finds Lorette. In behind Lorette. Shot. Great save by Martin as she came across with the stick to make that. Lorette going far post. Hovey. Again. Hovey. Passes that up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen. Rolls off a check. Van Bilzen now. Crossover for Hamilton. Hamilton. Looking in tight for Mullen. And that rebound off the backboard is just missed. Van Bilzen just up over the crossbar as Mullen pops the ball loose. Halifax trying to recollect as refs are ticking the time down. And that's it. 10 seconds in the zone, and it's a Wolves ball. 5:40 remain in the third period. Hovey with the ball. 7-4 is the score, with the Wolves leading as Prosper Coffin in tight. Shot went wide. No, they're resetting the clock. So saved by Greer. And to the board and getting a full hold on that one as Coffin got all tied up with Comer. And Coffin will head to the box. And the Hurricanes will head back on the power play. As the Wolves are getting lots of practice on their penalty kill here tonight. With just over 5 minutes remaining here in the third period. It's a 7-4 Wolves lead. But Halifax once again on the power play. Allison starts them off. Allison in for Halifax. Passes over for Taylor. Taylor down low for Nagel. Back up top for Allison. Allison in with the shot. And that's a block as Dyer took all of that one. Taylor. Dyer getting some cheers from the bench. Shot in. Lorette on the back door. All alone. Nothing Martin could do on that one, and a power play goal to Halifax with under 5 minutes remaining. Brings Halifax within 2. So, boy, oh boy, don't go anywhere. This last 5 minutes is going to be pretty wild. Here we go. Hovey in for the faceoff. Back to 5-on-5. Halifax comes up with the ball. Allison coming in. Dyer defending against her. Allison takes it in around behind the net. Allison plays it across, looking for Priestley Koch. Picked up by Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen hustling down against Nagel. Van Bilzen driving in, holds up. Can't get the step on Nagel. Van Bilzen back up top, has a look. Pass that across for Hayward. Hayward rolls off a check, gets a little help from Mullen as Hayward's hauled down, and the ball goes up and out of play. That'll be Halifax's ball. As Allison starts it off for Halifax. Allison up over center. Allison holds up and gets the Halifax offense set. Off to Fournier. Fournier coming across up top, being watched by Jenkins. And knocked down. Is Hayward. Hayward holds up. Looking to kill some time. That's pass off to Dyer. Dyer joined by Martin. And Wilkie. Martin sets the pick. Dyer in. Dyer in, tight shot. And a big save there. Martin picks up the ball. Martin, hard shot. And hold on. Is Greer Nagel. Nagel. That's that one up for Lorette. Lorette has to retake control. Lorette coming down the floor. Lorette in tight shot. That bounces up and over the net. As Haas and Hamilton. Keep an eye on Lorette. Hamilton. Lorette taking hard in. Still has the ball. Pass that across. Shot in by Nagel. That's blocked by Haas. Nagel, another long shot in. That goes off the goalie. Reset the clock. As Nagel comes back up with it for Halifax. Pass across. Picked up by Dyer. Dyer rolls off a check. Now Dyer coming hard down the floor. Dyer bounces off a check. Dyer will come in. Shot. His save there. Nagel. Katie Taylor now. After that loose ball. Mullen will pick that up. Mullen. Pass that across for Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen in. Van Bilzen shot. Shoulder save. Rebound. And Wilkie just couldn't get that one on net. Hovey after the ball into the corner. Rolls out. Is now number 10. I think that's Munden. As Nagel comes out for loose ball. Coming down the floor. Picked up by Calder. Calder gets it up. That pass picked off by Nagel. Nagel rolls off a hit. Nagel coming in for Halifax. Nagel with the shot. That goes wide. Bouncing ball, and Comer could not keep that in play. And that comes out of the Wolves ball. Minute 46 remaining in the third period. 7-5. Wolves lead. And Halifax pressing hard. Igminio passes that across. Loose ball. Parker boxing out James. Trying to get to that ball. James now comes up with it. James rolling down the boards. James takes it into Hurricane territory. James in behind Halifax's net. She's got Harker out there and Dietrich with her. James dodges a check. James in with a shot. That goes wide. Dietrich in. Dietrich low shot. Went off the side of the net or something. Dietrich in again. Hard shot. And a save. And Dietrich comes up with a rebound. Fresh 30 on the clock for James. James shoots stars. James from Dietrich right in the slot and finds the back of the net. And I think that blunts Halifax challenge. Or restores a 3-goal lead for the Wolves at 53 seconds remaining in the third period. It's an 8-5 score. Wolves leading. And Halifax sent back to center as looks like it'll be Dyer versus Allison at the dot. Here we go. Rolling puck picked up by Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen rolls off a check at the boards. Van Bilzen pass across for Hamilton. Hamilton slows it down. Hamilton. Fournier watching her. Hamilton up top for Dyer. Dyer killing time. Dyer in with a shot and a save by Nagel. Resets the shot clock with Van Bilzen picking up the ball. Hayward just hate to see that break a shaft right in the last seconds of the game. Mom and Dad won't be happy with that, Bill. Shot in hard by Dyer. Loose ball down the floor. They're calling that a back over. So it'll be Halifax ball with 7 seconds remaining. Halifax will start off from the corner, where I believe that will be Priestley Koch. Mullen keeping her to the outside. Looking to cut down those final seconds as the ball comes loose, and that will do it. And the Wolves start off their season with 3 games on the road and 3 road wins. Congratulations to the Junior A Wolves on their 8-5 victory here tonight at the Lions Arena in Spryfield, as Halifax is staging a comeback. But the Wolves stayed strong and able to come out with the win. Well, thank you everybody for watching. As always, I'm hoping the next one will be on YouTube, as we're trying to get the streaming service set up there. But as always, check your Facebook group, as I'll put in there links and what time and when we're streaming the game. I believe the next one will be the home game, though, so it'll be even better, as Maritime Athletic Profiles will be the streaming that game with all the angles, and all I do is sit back and talk like I think I'm doing right now. So until next time, everybody, thank you. Thank you for your support of Junior A Female Lacrosse, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night, everybody.